Okay, welcome to part 3 of my solutions to 2014 June Higher Paper 1, maths paper. Okay, and we're on a numeracy question here, because in those days they were all jumbled up. And to start with, we've got a ratio question. Okay, we're told that in a bag of mixed bird food, we've got buckwheat, millet and sunflower in the ratio of 2 to 3 to 5. It doesn't say that explicitly, but it does say that, okay, which is 10 parts altogether. So to find the value of one part, we need to divide by 10. So one part is 85 grams. The millet is the 3 parts, so we need to do 3 times 85, which is 255 grams. Okay, so that's easy enough for 2 marks. It's the next one, which is horrible. So 10 marks, no 6 marks, sorry. Right, okay. In this question, they're asking us to make exactly 5 kilograms in the cheapest way possible. And if you just sit and write down combinations that make 5 kilograms, you will be there all day, never mind adding up what it costs. Okay, so they don't expect you to work out every combination. There is a faster way. The faster way, when you've got packs of different sizes, is always to work out which is the best value for money. To do that, we need a sort of a standard pack size. They're all different sizes, so it's very difficult to compare the value for money in this form. So what you need to do is to get a standard amount which you can sort of get them all to, and I'm going to do it per kilogram. Okay, because I know that I can change all of these into a kilogram reasonably easily, and then I can compare the prices. How do you get 250 grams into kilograms? Easy enough. You would need to buy 4 of those. 4 lots of 49p is £1.96. So £1.96 per kilogram. 300 grams is a little trickier. It won't go to a kilogram. The numbers just don't work. So what you have to do along the way is work out what 100 grams would cost. So divide by 3 is 18 pence. And then times that by 10 to get to a kilogram, so £1.80. So much better value for money if you buy the 300 gram bag. And then lastly, just to make sure this one's not cheaper, we'll need to divide by 4 this time to get 1 kilogram. Half of it's £3.80, half of that is £1.90. So the best value for money, which is really important in this question, is the 300 gram bag. So we need to use as many of those as possible. Okay. Now then, 5 kilograms and 300 grams are not great. Not together. You can't make 5 kilograms by just using 300 gram bags. You can get close. You can do 4,800. You can do 5,100. But you can't do exactly 5,000 grams. So we'll need to get as close as we can, but leave ourselves a sort of an amount that we can make up with either of these two. So for instance, there's no point me buying 16 lots of 300 grams, which gets me really close, which is 4,800 grams, because I can't get the other 200. There isn't a pack size for that. So what you need to do is to only buy 15 lots of 300 grams, because that gets you 4,500. Why is that better than 4,800? Because we can make up the other 500 using 250 gram bags. So 2 lots of 250 grams gives us the other 500 grams. And then all it is then, it's a bit of long multiplying. There's some decimals, okay, it's not great. I'd work in pence. So we're buying 15 lots of 54 pence. Okay, that'll come out, if you do your times in, as £8.10. And we're buying 2 of the 250 gram bags, they're 49 pence each. So that's another 98 pence. If I put it in pounds, 0.98. So the cheapest way is by spending £9 and 8 pence without mucking around with all the different combinations. Okay, find the pack which is the best value for money. Okay, moving on. Number 10. This is angles in polygons. You'll need to know your rules here. So Maggie's got lots of tiles All the shapes are regular polygons, so all your angles are equal, in other words. All the tiles the same length. She places two 12-sided tiles. So what I'm going to do here is just sort of draw one corner of a 12-sided shape. Okay, it has an interior angle and it also has exterior angle. You could use the rule here, n minus 2 times 180, and then divide it by 12. I think it's probably easier to start with the exterior angle, which is 360 divided by 12. So that's 30 degrees, because if it's 30 degrees on the outside, then it's 150 degrees on the inside. Okay, so that's a 12-sided polygon, regular. She places two of these edge to edge. So there's my first tile, and then she puts another one there, joined edge to edge. So what we've got is 150 degrees there on the first tile, and another 150 degrees from the second tile. And she wants them to tessellate. Tessellate meaning to join without gaps, except there is a gap. There's a big gap by there. Okay, this is a tile, this is a tile, this is a gap. How big is the gap? Well, it needs to make 360. At the minute we've got 300, it's a gap of 60 degrees. Okay, if you've just got that far, you'd get 4 marks out of 5. Okay, it says, how many sides does the third tile have? Well, we've got a 60-degree corner. It's got to be a regular polygon. There's only one regular polygon which has a 60-degree corner. My diagram's not brilliant, but it must be an equilateral triangle. It must have 3 sides because they're all 60 degrees. And that fills up the gap between the tiles. So the number of sides, all you really need to put at the end is 3, but it's because it's an equilateral triangle to give us the 60 degrees to fill in the gap in here between the two 150-degree corners. Okay, that's quite a tricky question. You need to know your angle rules for that one. Okay, number 11. Nothing really sneaky about this. Is quite obvious. There's simultaneous equations. So Iona bought 2 bottles of blackcurrant. So if I call blackcurrant X and soda water Y, and I always make a note of these so I don't get them muddled up at the end. Our two equations are 2x plus 3y. Okay, and I only spent £2.04, so 2.04. And David bought 4 bottles of blackcurrant and just the 1 bottle of soda water, and that costs £2.48. Okay, before we can take away, you've got to make sure that you've got something the same. I usually make the x's the same, so we'll need to double that row. So our new equation will be 4x plus 6y equals £4.08. 4x and 1y is £2.48. Now we've got matching x values. When we take away, of course, they will disappear, leaving us with 5y there. Okay, and what, £1.60 right there. Okay, so to work out the cost of 1 bottle of soda water, y is soda water, divide by 5, okay, and you get 32 pence. Okay, so far you've got 1 mark for writing out the equations, and you've got another 2 marks there for working out the value of a soda bottle. All we need to do now is to substitute it back in. That second equation looks easier because it's just got 1y there. So 1 bottle of soda water. So if I sort of come down here, we've got 4x plus 32p is £2.48. Okay, this is the 1y we've substituted in 32 pence. Take away 32p, or 0.32, tricky to fit it in, leaves us with £2.16, is it? Yeah. And then divided by 4. So it's £1.08, 54p. 0.54 if you work it in pounds. And so this is the blackcurrant, and this one is the soda, and all you've got to do then is fill them in. Okay, so the big thing though at the beginning is to make them both 4x, and then when you take away your x's, cancel out, they get eliminated. Okay, number 12. Quite an easy one here. This is an algebraic fraction. The trick on these, where they're all fractions, is to get them to have the same denominator. So we'll need to times this by 3. You do the same to the top and bottom. We'll need to times this by 2. Same to the top and bottom. We don't need to do anything to that because it's already a 6, but they've got to have the same denominator. So that gives us 18 plus 3x over 6. It gives us 4 minus 6x over 6 equals 31 over 6. And the best bit about putting them all over 6, okay, it's got to be on both sides. Everything's got to be over 6. You can cancel out the 6's. It's like timesing through by 6. It just cancels them out. Okay? And what you have now is not even fractions anymore. All you've got to do is tidy up the left and solve it. So what have we got? If we do the x's first, we've got 3x add minus 6x. So annoyingly, that gives us minus 3x. We've got 18 add 4. So that's plus 22 equals 31. Take away this 22. Leaves us with minus 3x equals 9. And 9 divided by minus 3, well, 9 divided by 3 is 3, so 9 divided by minus 3 is minus 3. Okay, for 4 marks. And then this bottom one, there's 2 ways of doing this. Okay, the long way is to expand everything out. So all of that and that. Make a big long quadratic and refactorize it. It would work, okay? But what they want you to spot is a little bit more mathematical at the back end of the paper here. But say, for instance, you've done some factorizing and you've ended up with something like that. Okay, if you're getting towards the bottom of a factorizing question, hopefully you remember that to finish that off, you take the loose terms, the things in front, and you put them in a bracket. And then the x plus 8 bracket is your other bracket. But how would you know to do that? Well, if you look, they've both got x plus 3 in them. Okay, so we've got an x plus 3 there. That's sort of like my x plus 8. An x plus 3 there. Now I know what's in front of this second one. It's a minus 4. But what's in front of that one? Well, it's a 2 and x plus 3. You can see it there, look. Okay. So that means really in front of this bracket I've got a 2x and a 6. Okay, technically it should be in a bracket, but that's not the point. The point is it's in front of x plus 3. Well, look, down here, we took the things from in front and we sort of smushed them together into a bracket there. If I do the same here, we've got a 2x plus 6 and a minus 4. Go into the first bracket, and we've got an x plus 3 going as our second bracket. Tidy that up. Really what you've got is 2x plus 2x plus 3. And that's why it's only 2 marks. It's tricky to spot, okay? Not many people would see this quicker method. And it's a lot of work to expand all that out, tidy it up and refactorize it for 2 marks. Okay? If you've got the time, do it this way. If you spot it, fantastic. This would be the quickest way though. Okay, I'll finish off the last couple of questions in a 4th video.